just I don't, I don't, I don't, I don't, just I don't.
Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Luca. If you're new, I'm so lucky to have you on my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you guys my fitness tips. Alright, these are all of the things, the hacks you could say, I personally use to stay fit and motivated for the summer. I don't want to keep you guys waiting, but if you are new, make sure you subscribe and also make sure the bell icon is checked off so you receive notifications, and make sure that they are enabled on your settings if you're using a phone. That way the notification will actually show up on your lock screen so you don't miss an upload. I think this is something that we all have learned during quarantine, and that is to eat more at home. You first of all know everything that is going into your food and you can control it a lot more. This one just goes without explanation. Plus you're saving money and you have less chance of getting I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word. Second tip is find healthy desserts. We can thank TikTok for this. If you just type in healthy desserts on TikTok, there'll be so many cool ideas. I especially love making like 3-ingredient banana cookies whenever I have like 2 ripe bananas and some oats, and you can just put in whatever you want, like nuts, chocolate chips, whatever, and it's a super healthy snack. Also find healthy snacks that you really like making. Actually have one of my favorite snacks here. It is a crispy, I don't know what these things are called, but they're like these Quaker crispy round circles. They're rice cakes. Wow, that's the word I'm looking for. And then I put almond butter on top of them. I top it with bananas and a whole lot of cinnamon, and it tastes really good. And it has like a crunch to it, which makes it even more satisfying. My next tip is to have a game plan when you're going to the gym. I cannot tell you how many times I see people that look like they're just wandering around the gym, and you can tell that they're spending more time looking for what to do rather than just doing it. And I promise you will be 10 times more effectively and efficiently working if you know what you're going to do. If you are trying to build the muscles, then you want to make sure you're getting enough protein in your diet. As a vegetarian, it's always kind of been a little bit more of an effort to get my daily dose of protein in. So I'm going to mention some foods that are high in protein. Greek yogurt with fruit for breakfast, or just a cup of Greek yogurt before I go to bed. Really high in protein. Lentils, beans, any type of beans like chickpeas to put in a bowl with some vegetables are great. Cheese is high in protein. Hemp seeds, these basically are just little seeds that taste like nothing. You can put them in your smoothies, you can put them on your sandwiches, salads, anything. Chia seeds. Edamame, I just learned, is high in protein. I always have that when I'm having some sushi. Green peas, quinoa, peanut butter, nuts, and eggs also have a lot of protein in them. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not a fan of cardio, so a hack to make it go by a little bit faster is to put on your favorite TV show or YouTube video while you are doing your cardio. I think it's really important that you find some workout clothes that really make you feel like a boss when you walk in the gym, or even if you're just working out at home. If you dress the part, it will make you feel like really strong and confident. So I recommend that maybe you buy some new workout clothes to make you feel more inspired to work out. Now, I don't want you guys to take this one the wrong way. Of course, I know that you shouldn't be checking nutrition labels like crazy and just racking your brains on how many calories you're eating, but I would recommend that before you buy a new type of food, or maybe an existing food that you have in your house, that's something that you eat quite often, just be aware of what is in it, and mainly not the calories, but like how much protein it has in it and how many sugars it has in it, because a lot of processed foods will just add in those sugars, and sugar isn't good for you. It converts into fat if you don't burn it. Personally, I don't rack my brain on how many calories something has. A really deceptive part of the grocery store is the yogurt aisle. You may think that yogurt's healthy, but some brands, oh my gosh, they add so much extra sugar. Honestly, I would rather have my sugar in eating actual candy rather than having a yogurt that has like 26 grams of sugar in it. But if you don't check and find that out for yourself, then you will be blindly eating sugar. Another place that you can find added sugars really easily is in granolas, cereal, protein bars, drinks that you buy, which brings me on to my next tip, which is to make your own flavored drink, or make sure you aren't buying super super sugary drinks, the good old-fashioned way to do it is what me and my mom have been doing, is just brewing our tea ourselves, getting just like tea bags and then brewing it and then putting ice in it, so we have our very own iced tea. Plus it cuts down on plastic, which is always good. And then to sweeten it, we just add our own Splenda, which is sugar-free. My next tip for you is to eat snacks. If you are someone who has trouble with like binge eating snacks, then maybe you need to work on more self-control, trying to go as long as you can until you feel hungry without bored eating. But for some of us, I feel like maybe we kind of get really distracted throughout the day, forget to eat, and then once lunch, dinner, whatever comes along, we just like eat really fast. And then when you eat fast, you have less time for your like brain to signal to your body or whatever for you to realize that you're full, so you end up overeating just because you were so starving. This can be helpful, especially if you are someone who gets really hungry at night. It means probably that you are not giving yourself enough calories during the day, so you may want to consider doing that if you have problems with binge eating at night. Another way to avoid overeating is to put your 100% focus on eating and not have the TV on, even if it's in the background. Also, eat at a dining room table instead of your bed, because anytime when you're like distracted or just in an environment where you're watching Netflix at the same time, I'm kind of guilty of that, especially lately, but again, it can cause you to overeat. Now, since it is summertime, I know a lot of us are going to be ordering smoothies and acai bowls, and I would say firstly that you should make them on your own because you can control what's going in them. And believe it or not, a lot of smoothies out there may not be as healthy as you think, and you may think you're doing yourself a favor, and in reality you're not. So the easiest thing to do is just to make it yourself. Take up a new passion of making smoothie bowls. It is very important that you recognize the difference between being hungry and being thirsty, because a lot of times we can think that we're hungry and in reality you're actually thirsty and you just need water. If you're not really used to knowing if you're hungry or thirsty, if this is kind of a new thing for you, then try drinking a glass of water before you reach for a snack and see if that fixes your craving. This tip is kind of a little bit more complex, but it is the idea of counting nutrients, not calories. I feel like a lot of people are misinformed when it comes to food, and the only thing that they focus on is how many calories something has, but really want to focus on the food itself and what it's made up of, the nutrients. So a good rule of thumb that I learned when I was in 3rd grade and the nurse came and talked to us was, she said that the more colorful your plate is, the more nutritious that it is. It is the quality of the calories, not necessarily the quantity, that will make the most difference on your health. This is a little hack that I use quite often. It is as soon as you are finished eating dinner, or maybe just give yourself 30 minutes to digest your food, see how you feel afterwards. But once that happens, brush your teeth to avoid binge eating at night. And then if you brush your teeth and floss, you'll be less tempted to grab for a bag of Doritos and binge before you go to bed. I'm not saying if you're hungry, brush your teeth so you won't eat. Like, eat if you're hungry. This is a tip specifically for working out and getting your gains. Really important that you stay consistent, giving your body some rest days. That is super important because it gives your muscles time to repair, so you can be the strongest when you are tackling your next workout, instead of wearing your body out and then not being able to give your 100% effort at the gym. Or maybe you just run out of gas and motivation, so you stop working out altogether. But to remain your most consistent self, don't be afraid of rest days. Up to 3 rest days per week can be totally fine, as long as you are giving it your 100% effort on the days that you are working out. Those are all of my tips for staying healthy this summer. Make sure you are following me on my Instagram at Whitaker for some more summer vibes. Also, subscribe to my channel with the notification bell checked off, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!
I got so much back, I think I'm never running out, yeah. Bust me down a whip, bitch, I don't do this for no clout, hey. I got so much back, I think